Alright everyone, welcome to Programming Foundations 1. It's important that we discuss the development environment first because these things are required. So the very first item is your operating system. You should be on Windows 10. There are no exceptions here. If you are on Boot Camp, you should be okay. If you're on the Mac OS, we need you to switch over. This is a requirement. The next item is going to be the engine itself. This class is primarily operating out of Unity, and it should be the latest. The integrated development environment is Visual Studio. If you keep this updated, there shouldn't be any kind of connection issues, debugging, or other weird things going on between Unity and Visual Studio. The language is C#. There are no other languages or tools allowed in this class. At the moment, that includes Diagram. Please contact your instructor immediately if you have any questions, comments, concerns regarding those required items. Unity ships with a copy of Visual Studio Community as its default editor. Via Launchbox or the On the Hub website, you have access as students to a copy of the Enterprise Edition, so you shouldn't have to visit Microsoft's website or anything. Just revisit your original Launchbox information. For those interested in MonoDevelop, it's important to note that starting with the Unity 2018 cycle, they dropped support for MonoDevelop completely, so we will not be providing any support for that in this class. So please use Visual Studio. A little bit about me. My name is Tony Reynolds. I am a 2005 graduate of Full Sail. I earned a Bachelor of Science in Game Design and Development. After graduation, I spent roughly a decade in the game and simulation industries. I have extensive hands-on engineering experience with gameplay, tools, build, and engine development. I joined Full Sail in October of 2016 as the Associate Course Director for Programming Foundations 1. In my spare time, I enjoy making games and playing them, and I also do a fair amount of research, learning, usually regarding programming languages and technologies. Now, I'm just one of several instructors that cover this class, so you may have somebody else as your primary instructor, depending on what section you're in. But regardless of who you have, each of us has similar backgrounds and are very knowledgeable in the content as well as the technologies, tools, etc. Contact information and additional resources will be listed in an upcoming Week 0 activity. Your FSO section's instructor profile will contain further contact information. Learn much you will. That's my best Yoda. Please check FSO periodically, preferably daily, and watch those due dates. Messages, announcements, any kind of scheduling changes, they'll all be communicated through that platform, so please keep an eye on that. Programming is often a solo venture, but increasingly it's more of a team effort as you're building actual projects. So discussion with your peers and working on problems together is encouraged. However, cheating and sharing the answers is not. That's essentially plagiarism, so please don't do it. And most importantly, breathe. Don't panic. This stuff does take time to sink in and make sense. Some of us have been at it for years and we've seen a ton, so it can seem like it's second nature to us. But again, this just comes with trial and error and practice. And this is one of those scenarios where failure is actually a really great teacher. So, sit back, enjoy it. It's challenging, but it's also fun and highly rewarding once it clicks. There are many ways this content can be explained, and it clicks in different ways. So please don't hesitate to ask, questions, comments, concerns, throw them at us. We can address them.